problem involves two sets of data that we're going to look at to determine whether they're linear or non-linear in order to answer some questions, explain it, or see whether they are increasing or decreasing. So we have Aisha's data, and Aisha is riding a bike to a park 8 miles away. So her time is in what would be the X value column, and her distance is in the Y value column. Now, to determine whether it's linear or non-linear, we have to have a look at the difference between each value. So if we have a look at this column, the difference is consistent and it's 5. Tick. We need to make sure though that it's consistent on the other column as well for it to be linear. So 0 to 1.2 has a difference of 1.2. From 1.2 to 2.4 is also 1.2, 1.2 again, all the way up to 6. So therefore this is linear because that has a constant difference of 1.2. So if we were to graph this, it would form a straight line. Now we can do the same thing with marks. So let's have a look at this side. We go up by 5. So we go up by 5s. Okay, 0 to 5 is 5, 5 to 10 is 5, etc. Now let's have a look at the other column. 0 to 0.84 is 0.84. 0.84 to 1.86 is 1.02. So we can very quickly see that this is non-linear because we don't have a consistent difference there. Then asks us, who would we expect to win the race? Now we can't be positively certain who would win, but having a look at the data, we can see that Aisha travels 6 miles in her 25 minutes, whereas Mark only travels 5.67 miles in 25 minutes. So based on that alone, we could conclude that Aisha would win the race. We can also continue into describing the relationship. So we know that Aisha's is linear. So graphed, it would look like a straight line. And we know that this is positive, therefore increasing, because as we go left to right, it's going up. So those of you who are used to slope, if we have a positive slope, then we have an increasing relationship, or another way to look at it, as your X or independent variable increases, so does your dependent variable. Now Mark's isn't linear, but from the table we can still see that as the X or independent variable time increases, so does his distance. Therefore it's going to go in some pattern that way, and it's also an increasing function.